Hello, it is Callum Hoskins here for another video. This time we're going to be doing September. So it's been a delay doing it, but now we've got it up and running. So today will be September, tonight will be October, and then we will keep on going on through until we get to May. And that will be probably on maybe Friday or Saturday or Sunday, the later on in the week. And then after that we'll be talking about the fixtures, and then at the end of this video I'll be talking about the signings Derby have done already. So the first game in September was a game which is possibly the biggest game in Derby County's season every year. It is between Nottingham Forest, and we always play them away first at the City Ground. At half time it was 0-0, pretty boring, dual shot, nothing really happening. Forest were top of the table at this point. In the second half it got lively. It started off in the 72nd minute where Britt Asabilongo scored a goal, and it was 1-0 to Forest. Derby were thinking we're going to be tough because these were good at defending at this time. But then Derby got a goal back from Ryan Shotton. Yes, it did cross the line. Some people said it could have been Best, but it was Shotton that they gave it to in the 80th minute. And then in the 87th minute, Buxton got sent off for kicking one of their players in the stomach, which saw him leave early. Possession was really tight. We had 52%, they had 48% possession. They had more shots than us. They had 16, we only had 12. Shots on target, they had 3, we had 4. So we dominated on goal conversion rate. Corners, we won on that. They had 5, we had 6. We scored from a free kick, by the way. That's how Ryan Shotton put the ball in the back in there. Foul balls, they had 11, we had 17, but we did have a man sent off. So that is how that game finished. It was 1-1. Derby were 6th in the playoffs, enjoying life. Then, midweek on Wednesday the 17th of September, we played Blackburn at Ewood Park. It was a 7:45 kickoff, and it started in the first minute when a goal happened. And it came from a Keogh own goal, which was devastating because Keogh, he's not been on the... Not many people like him, but it was an own goal in the first minute. But then we scored some goals in between, with Wardy scoring 2, one in the 9th and one in the 58th minute, and then Hughes scored 1 in the 37th minute. But then Guste got one back in the 78th minute, and it was very nervous times for Derby. The stats look fairly simple. They had 44% possession. We had 56% possession. They had 23 shots. We only managed to get 16 shots away. They had 8 shots on target. We had 7 on target. They had 11 corners. We only managed to get 3. They had 14 fouls. We had 7. So that is how that game finished. Then we came back at home to the iPro Stadium, where we played Cardiff, and it finished 2-2. In half time, yes, again it was 0-0, but Derby had to come from 2 behind to draw to Cardiff 2-2. They scored first with Gunnarsson in the 51st minute, and not long after they finished celebrating, they scored another one with Whittingham. But then the fight back was on. Jordan Ibe scored in the 61st minute, and then Bryson scored in the 84th minute. I won't go for the stats because it wasn't really a big game. Next game, was a game I went to. It's possibly one of the easiest away games Derby will ever play. Without showing it by the scoreline, we dominated everything. It was Bolton away at the Macron Stadium. We won 2-0, but Martin missed the penalty early on in the game, which it could have been 3-0, and it came by. Both goals came by Martin, one in the 38th minute and one in the 57th minute, and it was a nice, comfortable game down in Lancashire. And the last game in September was a game where there was controversy in the game. It was a 2-0 win at home to Bournemouth at the iPro Stadium, a 7:45 kick-off on Tuesday the 30th of September. Ward originally put the ball in the back of the net before the referee ruled it out and sent Camp off. The ball went in the net. The Derby fans were devastated, but the rules say it's a foul and it's going to be a red card. Don't wait, you have to send him off there and then. But some fans weren't so happy about that. Hughes then scored in the 81st minute to break it. And then, so we were winning 1-0 going into the 93rd minute, and then Martin got another to make us win 2-0. So, that is it for September. Later on will be October, where there's some games that weren't, well, there's some games that went our way, some games that didn't. But it was a very good month in October. So now we're going to talk about some signings Derby's made because it saves wasting our time. The first one we made was Darren Bent. We got a striker, and also because I haven't done a video since, our new manager is Paul Clement. My opinion of him: got experience at different clubs, never been a manager. That concerns me because we haven't had someone who has managed a club. Eric Still is still here. There's talk that under-17 manager, England under-17 manager, will be coming to Derby to assist Paul Clement. So Steve McLaren's gone to Newcastle, and there's reports that Paul Simpson will be going with him. In fact, it's pretty certain that he will be going with him. So the first one was Darren Bent, striker. Maybe go up with Martin, maybe a super sub, but his positioning is key for Derby. Another one we made was a defender, Pearce, a free agent from Reading. He played against Derby last season when they beat us 3-0, which you will find out when we do the month of May. So it was a very, that was a very disappointing game, which you'll find out when we do May. But so we signed Pearce. We've also signed Weimann from Aston Villa for about £2.5–3 million, which for me was a very good signing. He's a young talent. He's an Austrian international, which means he's got experience in international level. He's a Premier League player, so if we get to the Premier League, could he be step up to the plate? I think he could. Next player we got was another player I missed to say. We got Scott Carson from Wigan. Some people saying he could be the number one. Personally, I think Grant is one of them. Like when we got promoted last time, it was between Bywater and Camp fighting out for just one position, and he kept on mixing about. I think that's what it's going to be this time. It's between Carson and Grant. Who can get it? It depends who performs well, but if Grant played how he did at moments last season, he will be dropped and Carson will come in. We've signed Baird from West Bromwich Albion, which is a good signing. He's experienced. He can play in the defence, he can play defensive midfield, he can play midfield. So he's got three positions. So if we come short in defence, he can play there. If we come short in defence midfield, he can play there. If we come short in midfield, he can play there. Players that we could be signing: Tom Ince on a permanent deal. There's reports that Newcastle are going after him, but he wants to come to Derby. Maybe he will. The next player Derby are after is this player on loan called Yedlin. I've read today, which could be a good signing. Very fast. He's a right back, so which means he could replace Christie, which means they could be telling him to move on. There's also little reports saying Joe Barton could be coming to Derby. Experience, and who knows, he could become with us. But that is about it for Derby transfer news. The fixtures have got released, which you will find out if you haven't, which you probably already know, but I will go over them in a few days' time when I finish doing the season review. And then after we've done the looked at the fixtures, we will be going through each month in depth about how many points I think we're going to get, what I think the scores are going to be, and you guys will be telling me what games you think I should go to, and I will do vlogs on them depending which one you want me to go to. I'll be going to every home game, plus I will be going to the first game of the season, which is against Bolton. I am an away member now, so I will be trying to go to a lot of games. There's games that I could be going to, like Brighton, last game of the season I'll be going to. I'll be going to Forest away, I'll be going to that one, and many more to come. But for now, that's it for me. Subscribe, like, and